Hitherto, the position in this country has been that trade unions only have immunities against the law, immunity from the process of law, provided first as a trade dispute, and provided secondly that the immunity only went to a contract of employment. That was all. But that was not good enough for this government. They extended the immunity of trade unions in a very, very vital way. They in fact made trade unions immune in a trade dispute, not only in relation to breach of contracts of employment, but in relation to breach of any commercial contract whatsoever. There were daily arguments in the Standing Committee upstairs about this. The government was warned what would happen if it did this. There was a long letter from Campbell Adamson in the Times which was actually quoted during those proceedings. I'm going to quote parts of it today, and I may point out that Campbell Adamson was not exactly the staunchest ally of the Conservative Party. He said that if the new Labour government put the change through as was drafted, this is what he said: if the bill is passed as at present drafted, unions will be free in law to blockade or boycott or threaten to do so whenever they like, in respect of a trade dispute anywhere in Great Britain or in the rest of the world. Secondly, it will be lawful to use the picket line for the purpose of establishing boycotts or blockades, whether against an employer in dispute or against employers, companies or bodies which have nothing to do with the dispute in question. The government was warned if they passed that section, it would lead to blacking, blockade and boycott. They were warned about it. That's what they wanted, and that's what we've got.
The Honourable Lady refers to the law as it was in 1972. Is she not aware of the picketing that took place at the Saltley Coke Depot, led by Arthur Scargill, which may have been illegal, but which worked from the union point of view, and the law...
Order. The Right Honourable Lady give way to the Honourable Gentleman. He's making a brief intervention.
And despite what laws are on the statute book or what is written on a piece of paper, it does not guarantee that it will prevent picketing.
The honourable member made one of the most revealing and significant interventions I've ever heard in this House. He's not concerned with legality. He's not concerned with protecting the rights of the ordinary citizen to go about his business in this country. He's concerned with the convenience of the trade union. And it's because of that attitude, that today many of our citizens are having to apply for permits to a strike committee of the Transport and General Workers' Union. That is exactly what this government has landed our people into, and it is totally and utterly wrong. They, in fact, have changed the law on picketing, not on the nature but on the extent, by virtue of that act. They were warned what would happen. It has happened, and they are in large measure responsible for it. They doubtless will. Of course I will, only too delighted. You're most helpful.
Does the Right Honourable Lady agree? Just stop the baying, hounds. Stop the baying, we've not killed the fox yet. Does the Right Honourable Lady agree that she's missed out two very, very important sections of society, the BMA and the legal professions associations, which operate their close shop and, above all, act as their own kangaroo courts, which no other trade union in the country does?
By law.
The Law Society and the Bar Council are not and would not be closed shops. Perhaps No, perhaps the honourable gentleman will read the last presidential address of the present president of the Law Society. Of course people have to take qualifications. That is different. Yeah. They do not have to belong to the Law Society to practice as a solicitor. They have to take their qualification. They do not have to belong to the Bar Council to practice as a barrister. They do not have to belong to the British Medical Association to practice as a doctor. Yeah.